Welcome back, everybody. So this is part 3 of our little security console going into whatever it is we're doing, eventually into Unity. So before we go into dedo, I want to do some doctoring to our color map. We've got our color map with our window, our LCD screen, our keypad, and our base stuff, but we added a whole bunch of content to our object in our normal mapping process. So I want to modify my color map a little bit. So let's see, I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to take and turn all of these layers on here. Let's see, let's take these layers, just hold down. Actually, you know what'll be even easier? This current color map that I've got there, I'm going to delete that guy. Or not delete it, I'm just going to close it so I don't have it open anymore. I'm just going to make my new color map right here within this normal map created by Endu. But before I lose all of this normal map information, let's go ahead and save this file. So we'll go File, Save As, and I'm going to bump it back up to my security console. I'll leave it as a Photoshop there, PSD file, and I'm going to call this color map, caps lock, color map. Goodness, I'm having a tough time there. There we go. Undo. So this is the color map that is going to be generated, or I'm going to manually create as a result of Undo. And so I can turn off all this information there, but I'm going to keep that for the moment. Alright, let's take our color map right there and let's drag it down below this guy. Notice currently our color map is like a smart object, so I'm going to right click on that, on the name for that layer, and go ahead and rasterize that so I can edit this as I need to, because I'm going to want to adjust the size of both the green, yellow, and red, and we'll see why I want to do that here in just a second. So let's take our screws and our panel screws. What are our panel screws? Those guys. Okay, so I'm going to take our panel screws and our main screws right here, select both of those, or actually let me select, do a control click on the thumbnail, so I've got those selected, control click on this thumbnail, so I've got those selected, and I'm going to go ahead and do a fill. Let's pick a good color, some color I'm not currently using, like orangey. How about an orangish color? See, I don't think I'm using that one anywhere, so I'm going to throw an orange color out at it. Let me go. Actually, I'm going to use this cyan color right here. So go ahead and do a Shift F5 to fill in with my foreground color. Foreground color, okay. And let me select my main screws copy there. Okay, so I got to get this one. Let's do a control click on its thumbnail. Do a Shift F5. Fill in. There we go. So you can see that those are filled in. Now there is something I need to correct here, and this is on my main screws one right there. Let's go ahead and do a Control D real quick. I'm going to zoom in on this to kind of show you the problem here. This plus this Phillips pattern that I kind of created in there, currently that interior is the same material as the base of my console. I actually want that to be the same material as whatever this aqua color is here. So let's do some work on this thing. Easiest way to do this is going to be, or at least I think it's the easiest way, and I could be completely wrong. I'm going to do a little circle here. Or actually, no, I'm not. Let's grab our Control D. Let's grab our magic wand and just select right there. Do a Shift F5. Let's fill that, Control D. And I've got a little edging around there, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of correct that. So maybe I'll just use my paintbrush this whole time here. Let me give myself a slightly bigger brush. That looks good. There we go. Alright, so that one's done. Come over here to this side. Alright, that one's done. All the way down here. I'll probably just make the brush to be the size of that interior there, and then I can just do it in one click, I bet. Let's do you. Okay, so far so good. Let's go ahead and do a Control S and save what we've got going so far. Okay, so I've got those added. Rivets and my engraved name, they both go on top of this named panel copy, so I'm going to grab both of those and drag them up like so. And so I should, okay, there's my name. So because these are the exact same color right here, that's why we're not seeing that show up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some copies of both of these layers just in case I ever want to come back to this. So I'm going to select both of those, do a Control J, and then I'm going to hide both of those. Alright, so let's do, for this engraved name, I'm going to do a Control click on its thumbnail. I'm going to fill that with black actually. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it the color it is. Yeah, I'm going to leave it the color it is because I've actually got the normal information on there anyway. So let me do a Control D, deselect that. So my engraved name copy and my name panel copy right there, I'm going to go ahead and give these things a different material color. How about a purpley kind of color? That looks pretty new. So we'll do a Shift F5. Oops, I can only select one of them. Shift F5. Nope. Got to pay attention when I'm doing. Control click right there. There we go. Shift F5. There we go. Control click right. Come on. Control click right there. Yep. Shift F5. There we go. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and kind of doctor this area here a little bit. It should be on this one, because I don't want any of that white residue messing up my coloring. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's do a Control S. And if I ever decide later on that I want them to be different materials or whatever, I can always come back and just, you know, fix these at that point in time. But I don't think I'm going to need that. I do have at this point one other kind of last issue that I need to consider, and that is these rivets. Do I want them to be the same material as whatever this thing is, or do I want them to be the same material as what these things are? I think I'm going to make it the same material as these. So let's grab my rivets copy, which is right there. Control click its thumbnail. Let's go find eyedropper. Let's grab that color. And we're going to do a Shift F5. We're going to fill with foreground. There we go. Control D to deselect. Okay, looking good. Let me double check how we're looking down there. Tactical headlamp. Yes, I need a tactical headlamp. Of course I do. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we've got most of our colors corrected. The last thing I want to correct is actually going to be both of these screens here, and let me show you why. So I'm going to go to my my color map, and I'm going to use my magic wand there, and I'm going to select the green. So now let's turn this off, and here's what I want you to notice. Notice how the area I've got selected extends all the way out past the beveling. So that means that this beveling that's going in like that will actually have the same material that this is right here, specifically that it will be a glass material. Maybe that's what I want, but if I want this beveled area to be the same material as whatever this exterior thing is, well then this is not going to be what I want. So it really depends on what we want this to do. I kind of want my glass material to only be this flat part that's inside there, and this is going to kind of bevel in. So let me go to select transform selection and edit this selection just a little bit. Drop it down to right about there. Let's pull it up a little bit to there. We'll go I'm going to need to turn off my snaps, it looks like. So let's go ahead and do a view snap. There we go. Let's drag that in, looks good. Drag this in a little bit. Okay, I think that'll do right there. I'm going to accept my change, turn my color map layer back on, and that means all the stuff outside of there, I no longer want it to be green, I want it to be blue. So let's do a Control-Shift-I to invert my selection. Use my eyedropper to grab this nice blue color I've got out there, grab my paintbrush, which is right there, and let's just paint. Turn these into that blue color that I actually want, instead of what will eventually be my glass material. Okay, like so. That looks pretty good. Alright, now I want to basically do the same thing down here for the yellow. And I'm going to do the same thing for my keypad down there. So do a Control-D to deselect. Magic wand, select our yellow area. Let's turn off the color map. And it looks like it doesn't need much adjusting, but I do want to adjust it just a little bit. So select Transform Selection. Let's pull this down just a little bit. Right about there. Let's pull you in a little bit, pull you up a little bit. Come on, there you are. And let's go find this side. We'll do the same thing over here. Do a checkbox. Turn our color map back on. Zoom out a little bit so I can see better. Do a Control-Shift-I, like so. Go to my paintbrush. Kind of be careful in these corners right here. There we go. I want to be careful down here at the base as well. Make sure I don't accidentally go down and get my red. Okay, looks good. There we are. Alright, next up, final one I want to kind of doctor. Control-D. We'll do our magic wand. We'll grab that. Turn this off so I can see better. Notice how on the sides, this isn't actually getting all of my buttons. And you can also see it down there at the bottom. So let's go select Transform Selection. And let's do some adjusting here. Right about there-ish. Looks pretty good. Get over this way. Right about there looks pretty good, I think. We'll come on down some. And maybe we'll go up just a little bit. Up too far. Zoom in some. And let's see, I think I went up just a little bit too far. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. You know, I can be off just a little bit and it'll be fine. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to select that change, turn on my color map again so I can see this. And you can see I've got to be filling in with red here. So let's zoom out. Use my magic, not my magic wand, my eyedropper. So I can go ahead and grab this nice red color. Go to my paintbrush. And we'll just paint right here inside our selection. Like so. Till we get that filled in nice and red. Alright, looks good. Control-D to deselect that. Let's zoom out some. And yeah, we're pretty good. Now the only thing that I would be kind of interested in doing if I were kind of thinking about it would be to add some numbers on this within my normal map information, which would be up here in Undo. So I'm probably going to go ahead and go back and doctor my normal map in just a minute. But other than that, I like what I have here for my color map. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the normal map stuff right there. In fact, I'm going to go beyond that and I'm going to even delete that. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to make it invisible at the moment. Okay, I like everything that I've got here. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Control S. Then I'm going to save it as a PNG. Now Quixel will load the PSD files obviously, but I don't really need that much overhead for my color map, so I'll just go ahead and do a save as, and save this as a color map Undo, but this time it's going to be a PNG file instead of the PSD file. So we'll go ahead and save that, and we'll hit an OK on this, like so. Okay, so now we've got our color map saved out. We're ready to go on that. Now I want to do one last thing here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my normal map back up. Let's bring undo back up as well. And undo will detect that this is a normal map, and we should be good to go. Move this out of the way. Go ahead, and I'm going to hide all of these. I'm going to come down here and go into my my button border. No. Okay, layer 1. This is the one that actually has the button stuff. I'm going to create a new layer, I guess right about here. And what I want to do with this layer is I'm going to put some numbers on here. So let's zoom in just a little bit. And I'm going to go to a text here. And let's see. Well, I don't want a script. That's what I used down there, which, yeah, I still think that looks pretty cool, but that's not what I want up here. I don't know what I want. I just want some simple thing for my numbers. No. No, 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 no. I don't even know what I'm looking for, really. I think I'll go with this terminal here. Yeah, I'll go with this terminal right there. Sure, why not? And I'm going to put a number. I'm going to start right here. Go with that one. And I'm going to put a 9 there, but not in red. It's going to be in white. There you go, white. I'm going to put a 9 right there. Let's change its size some. 48 looks a little bit big. Let's try a 36, maybe a little bit smaller. Let's try a 30. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to check that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more so I have a better visibility here. And I'm going to move my 9 to like right about here. All right, nice. Let's go ahead and create another text. And right now I'm just going to leave it as text. Let's create another text. Blink. Right over here, I'm going to call this one 8. Do a check on that. Move that one down a little bit. Try to get it to line up. Had it there for a second. Use my keyboard, I guess. No, except it's somewhere right in between. Okay, that's fine. I should just use the align, but come on, you. But I'm being difficult. There we go. A little bit to the left. It looks good. Let's do another text. So I'm just gonna keep repeating this process, and I'll be back when I get it done. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. So I've got my numbers out there. It looks like my lower row there, my pound, pound 0. There we go. Could probably go down just a little bit. All right. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Maybe my 4, 5, 6 can go down a little bit as well. Maybe, you know, one press down. There we go. And maybe my 7, 8, 9 I can do up there as 2. Alright. That, generally speaking, is starting to look pretty good. Okay. Alright, so I want to retain this number stuff, you know, just in case I ever need it for some reason. So I'm going to create a folder. Actually, I'm going to select all of these guys, and then I'm going to create a folder, put them all in a group, and I'm going to call this numbers, you know, just in case I ever want to make one that has, I don't know, letters or you know, something different. So I've got my numbers right there. Let's do a Control J. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to pull this one all the way out. Put it up here somewhere, like so. I'm going to hide that one, don't need it. This number's right here. I'm going to go ahead and with it selected, let's grab all of these guys here. We'll select them all. Let us go ahead and right click with them and let's rasterize. Turn them all into bitmap information there, and then let's go ahead and merge them all like so. And actually now I don't need that group that I just created, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. There we go. I'll delete that group and let Endo create me another group here in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and convert this, which actually it would have converted the text to normal, but I'm going to go ahead and convert this to normal. So let's just do blink, let it go. Okay, and now we can decide, do we want these numbers raised or lowered? Well, for one thing, we don't want them quite that big. I'm thinking have them raised, so I'm going to do like size 2. I'm liking pretty good. I could try a size 1 maybe. How do I feel about that? Okay, I kind of like size 1. Maybe I'll drop my depth just a little bit. Now what if we increase our contrast? Nah. We can soften this up some. Maybe not that much. Well, no, maybe. Let's not quite that much. Not that much on the softening. There we go. Let's drop our depth a little bit more. Okay, so that's going to give us some nice little normal information right there. Back up here. So I'm kind of expecting the player is going to be most of the time, you know, roughly at this kind of distance interacting with it. And yeah, I think this is pretty good. So let's see. We're going to save this, and I don't want to save it as my color map, so I'll go ahead and go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it back in my Endo folder as my Security Console normal. That's what I want, so I'm going to save that out. Yes. Alright, so we are good to go. So yeah, we've got our normal map, our color map is updated. We added just a little bit there to our normal map, and we are now ready for dedo, which is going to be our next step. And in that step, we're going to go ahead and just throw some smart materials on everything and kind of start working it up from there. So we'll see you in the next one.